Hey guys, I'm Tommy from iPod Openers. I repair and resell iPods. If you want to commission one specially made for you, bounce me a message on Instagram, link is in my channel description. Hit me up and we'll sort something out. Anyway, today we're going to be taking a look at and repairing this old iPod mini 1st gen. Now I got this box, but as you can see I did not get it new. It's a bit sad, it's a bit beaten, and this is after I've given it a good clean as well. And the click wheel is broken. It doesn't actually pause or play, so we're going to have to be repairing that. But thankfully, I have a donor that I got for 20 quid off Vinted. Now this click wheel works just fine, I have tested it. This iPod is actually fully working, but I want to keep the serial numbers the same for the box one. It's how it was sold, that's how I want it. Plus, it makes for a good video. So let's get into tearing these apart. First thing you're going to have to do is grab your pry tool and peel up this white plastic bottom bit as well as the top plate as well, because when disassembling these you have to get both of these off and there's metal clips underneath, then you push the whole thing out of it. And it can be annoying if it's pretty beaten up, but hopefully it's alright. Someone's been in it before. That was way too easy. Set that over there. Now time for the top. Now much like other models, it's very much a case of gently and carefully trying to find the weakest spot in this plate to actually lift it up. And I've just found it. There we go. Interesting, that one's not been taken off. See all the old gunky adhesive still on it. Alright, now once you get this top plate off, you're going to see just these two screws here. We're just going to unscrew both of these. Oh my god, how long are these screws? There we go. There's one, and there's two. That one put up a bit more of a fight. Now this plate actually stays on, as it is directly connected to the board which has the hold switch and the headphone jack. Now this is the fun bit, or annoying bit, depends on what your version of fun is. Mine is the let's spend 20 minutes bashing my head against the wall till something works kind of fun. That's why I cook for a living. Now, as you see, this isn't my first rodeo with these. I've got one very small flathead screwdriver bit, which I use especially for taking these apart, because I've built a couple of these for customers before, so I know the drill. What you want to do is get your tiny screwdriver bit or any small pokey item which will be able to bend this, because you've got to bend these clips in and out of the little notch they're in. Now this can be a bit of a pain. Just be careful and patient. And don't do that. Where'd that go? There we go. So you see, these can just sort of fly off in any which way they fancy. But it's out, so I'm not gonna complain. Now next thing we're gonna want to have to do is just very gently with one of just some sort of plastic tool lift up and disconnect that, because that's what connects the click wheel to the board. And we don't want to damage this, because yeah, this is broken, but if I ever got parts just for another random one, but not a click wheel, it'll work. Right, now, to finally get it out of the casing, we just want to push on the inside, and it slides right out. There we go, and that is your iPod mini. All 4 gigabytes of it. Just go set it to one side, because we aren't after that. We're after getting this out. Now, to get the click wheel out, you just want to push down and slide it towards the bottom, and it's out. Now, I personally really like taking minis apart, solely because they're so compact, and they're fun. They're fun little things. Like, you see something this shape and you don't go, I know that shape, that's the shape of a friend, then there's something wrong with you, in my opinion. But I really like the minis. I think they're brilliant. Right, now this is broken, so now what we're going to do with it is just get rid. Now, next thing to do is to take apart this pink one. Now, obviously, you've just seen me go through and take it apart, so I'm not going to make you sit through that again. So we're just going to go, whoop, whoop. It's apart. Right, now, we need this click wheel. So we are just going to very gently pry this up like the other one. And then just plug it into the new board. I don't know if this one has battery on it, but we're going to pray and say yes, because I kind of need to test it, because I don't want to button it up and then go, oh, there's no battery on it. Right. So with the little battery I have left on this one, dip, music, first thing, let's lighten up. Hey, look at that, it's pausing. Brilliant. Will it go to sleep? It will indeed. Perfect. Right, now we can just set that over there. The rest of the gubbins I've got set off camera. Right, now we need to unplug this click wheel. Now that we know everything's all working, again very carefully, because these ribbon cables, they're a nightmare to work with. Now, first things first, when reassembling it, click wheel goes back in first. Last out, first in. There's these 2 little guide rails, not sure how well you can see them, which you have to just line the click wheel up so it slides underneath them. It'll go like so, and just slide in. Sometimes it takes a little convincing, and it will sprue a bit, so just be careful, be mindful, I should say. Is that in? That doesn't look very in to me. It should do. It should. This isn't for a customer, it's just for me, so this is just for my collection of iPods. Alright, now we've got to be very careful when sliding this back in not to damage any of these pins that are poking up, because because if you do, then it's broken. You won't be able to use it, and you'd have to get a new board or just buy a whole new one if you don't want to take it apart. Alright, now when sliding this in, you just have to be very careful not to force it. If you're forcing it, chances are you're probably just going to break it. Obviously, if needs be, give it a little bit of force. But ideally, you just want to coax it in there. Nice and easy, a little wiggle. Oh, I'm not sure about that noise. But just nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race. Now we can push this connector back into the main board. Make sure everything's sitting in the right place. Now we can start the reassembly. Start by getting those 2 screws back into place that held it in. Just because they're the most structural bits. And if they're in, I'm confident I can make it all nice and tidy. Right, that's one. Oh, picking up all the screws there. That's 2. And again, this back end, you do have to be careful of the ribbon cable, much like taking it out. You see there's these little notches on the inside. What I find best is to get the more delicate side in, i.e. the side with the click wheel ribbon cable, in first. And then you can do it with your finger when getting it back in. So just pinch them together and very gently, yet firmly, push them into place with enough coaxing. They should pop in. Okay, these ones aren't going, so we're going back to the screwdriver so we can bend it in. There we go. Now that's back in. Now we can put the plastic bits back on it. Call it a day. That's the wrong one. Need this one as it's dented. Now these are literally just push it in. That's on there. Now this does have a certain way of going back in. And I believe it's with this empty slot going here, because it has to avoid the ribbon cable. Oh, broken clip. Just click that into place. And let's just boot it up, see everything's all working all right. There we go. We've got backlight, we can scroll. And we can get music. We can skip forwards and backwards and pause and play. Brilliant. Alright, and that is how you repair an iPod mini 1st gen. This also works with the 2nd gens, but few parts don't cross over all that well between them, even though they look near identical. But that's just the way it is. But anyway, I've been Tommy. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, check out my other videos. If you want to commission an iPod for yourself, check out my Instagram. It's linked in my channel description. That's all for today, guys. Thank you, and bye-bye.